Keep it high, keep it tight. I'm Jay Morris, the review guy, back to bring you another 5-minute review. In this one, we are going to be reviewing the new Mournful Congregation album. So, if you are unfamiliar with this band, they are a funeral doom metal band, or just a doom metal band that was formed in Adelaide, South Australia in 1993. They're currently signed to Osmos Productions, and this is their newest album entitled The Incubus of Karma. So, this band puts forward another really great effort of just very gloomy, very emotional type of slow tempo, just full of respite and full of sorrow songs that really flow nicely and go by faster than you think. This is only a 6-track affair, and only one track is below the 5-minute mark, and that is the Indwelling Ascent. The other 5 songs on the album all go beyond 5 minutes, and there are 3 songs on the album. Is it 3? It might be 4. It's 4, actually. 4 of the other songs are actually beyond the 10-minute mark, with the final track being a whopping 22 minutes. So, this isn't necessarily something that is unfamiliar to fans of the genre in terms of very long songs. It's kind of like in progressive metal. Doom metal takes it to a whole new level when it comes to how long the tracks are. That's just something that they do because they really try to invoke a emotional type of tight-knit. You wouldn't think it'd be so tight-knit with how long the tracks are, but it really is just a great experience that flows nicely, and it went by faster than I thought it would. And this is the type of genre. If anyone remembers me talking about this album not too long ago, I talked about the album Mirror Reaper by the band Bellwitch, and this album's a lot like that, where it's not necessarily the type of thing that's for everyone, and you have to be in the right mindset, and you have to be in the right frame of mind overall to listen to it and really get the full extent of it. You could appreciate just the music, but I feel like doom metal as a whole is great for invoking type of feelings and sadness. It makes you feel remembrance, makes you reminisce about things, it makes you think deeply, and it's a type of thing that you can just drift to, you can put in the background, you can listen to it on its own, and either way it's just going to be a really great experience. And I highly suggest this album. The track that popped into my mind first was Scripture of Exaltation and Punishment. I believe that's the name of the track. That is a great track. It's 14 minutes, I believe. Yeah, it's 14 minutes, and it's a great track. And all the tracks on here don't really feel wasted, and it feels like this just concise type of thought. And like I said, you wouldn't think it'd be so concise and tight-knit for how long the album is and how long the tracks beyond the 3 and 5 minute songs are, but it really is just a very, fun's not the right word, because to use that for this type of genre is kind of strange, but it is a fun experience. And when I was listening to this, I was glad I was listening to this. It was not necessarily the most inventive type of album from this type of band, but it definitely was one that was on a higher tier echelon than some of the other bands that call this genre home. I think that if you are into this type of genre, either doom metal or funeral doom, which funeral doom metal is more kind of sorrowful, it mixes it with like funeral dirge music to make a kind of sorrowful, sad, atmospheric feeling and tone to the music that they play. If you're into doom metal or funeral doom metal, you know who Mournful Congregation is, because they've been players in this field since 1993, and they definitely know what they're doing. They're right up there with some of the great funeral doom bands that really kind of helped pioneer this genre into a kind of prominent type of state. The other band that popped in my head was a band like Ahab. There's tons of funeral doom metal bands, there's a ton of doom metal bands, and I think that Mournful Congregation is one of the bands that are very consistent if you're into this type of music, and whenever they release music, I definitely get excited for it. It's a listen that's definitely worth your while, and I would highly suggest you check this album out. You can check it out on YouTube. It might be hard to find because, as far as I know, Osmos Productions isn't necessarily like a very huge label, and Mournful Congregation, while they are popular in their subset of heavy metal, they're not necessarily the most popular. So definitely go support. You can buy this on their website, buy a cassette, you can buy a vinyl, you can buy the compact disc, you can buy it digitally. Just support the band, help them continue to make this great music. I'll talk to you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe if you would like to be shouted out in the next video, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Till then, my name is Jay Morse of you guys signing off, saying farewell.